2.5 hours I don't stream, but instead I do a private video that someone is kind of buying, it makes a profitable night. What's ended up happening now is I'm kind of getting pulled in a million directions, unlike 2.5 years ago. Okay. People are interested in doing stuff with me. I'm trying to stay caught up on games and playthroughs, and I'm kind of falling behind, to be honest. And because of that, having these streams where I just have to kind of like not be making content, except for one person, have actually cost me. Like, take a look at where I am in my current playthroughs right now. Indiana Jones. We're almost done with the game. We're in the next to last part of the game. But I've been playing it for over a month, and the end, we're still not in sight. Stalker 2, which we're continuing today. You know, we're basically heading now into the second half of the game. And that game has been out for almost 2 months. Actually, I think it has been out for 2 months now. And I got, interest in being on other shows and things. People are interested in having me on as a guest. I've got the Smart Guys show now that has started. Did really well on the first episode, and we're brainstorming better and bigger ideas for the show moving forward. We've got all this going on. And it's like, can I really be taking entire nights off just to do a video for one person? Despite the fact that I make money doing it, because keep in mind, I do. Like, they're paying me for their time, or for my time. But basically, I just feel like it doesn't really work for the way that we're doing stuff now. And so this week will be the last time that I do it. For now, if anyone ever wants to do a private video that's like a 20-minute Q&A, which was actually how this whole idea began. For those who don't know, I have a Patreon. I literally never talk about it. It's patreon.com/darksidephil. And if you pledge $50, you've bought yourself a video. And the video was supposed to be a 20-minute long Q&A video. It was not supposed to be a 30-minute long to 2-hour long React video. But somehow it became that. For those who don't know. And so much like a lot of my React content has been scaled down, so will these private videos. It just makes sense, okay? So, people might still be able to buy like a 20-minute Q&A video if they want, but I think I'm going to limit it because my time is being, pulled in other directions, all right? So anyway, outside of that, this week's going to be a great week coming up. I'm very excited, continuing with all these playthroughs, episode 2 of Smart Guys, episode 2 of Smart Guys, all kinds of fun stuff going on. We'll get to that. Yesterday, of course, was my day off, but I would also like to talk about what went down on Friday, because we had some interesting developments in both Indiana Jones and Street Fighter 6, which I'd like to talk about. Both playthroughs kind of in jeopardy, I guess I could say, but I think there is some good news here that I'd like to share with all of you. Let me just tell you guys how refreshing any beverage tastes when I drink it out of the officially branded Level 1 Podcast two-sided mug, which you can get over on darksidephil.shop. Just throwing that out there for awareness. Anyway, so, where to even begin, right? Where do you begin with a show like today where I have so many topics to cover? All right, how about this one? There's one I want to throw out right away because I don't want to forget about it. For those who don't know, I have a throwback YouTube channel. I don't talk about it often. Excuse me. But it is there, and a lot of work is put into it by my editing team, okay? And basically almost every day, although it's not every day, probably I'd say 4 or 5 times a week, a new video is put up there, a restored playthrough from my past, now fully remastered, okay? You can find this channel at youtube.com/@DSP-throwback. That's how you find it. Currently, right now, we have Mass Effect 1, my original run of the game from way back when, early on in my YouTube days, and Resident Evil 5, yes, another really old playthrough from back in the day, that are both being remastered and uploaded kind of alternating days. Both playthroughs are great. I'm really enjoying them, by the way, because I have to watch them back each day. A new part comes out.
Howdy ho, neighbors.
We are almost done with Mass Effect 1. It looks like probably another week or so.
We're back for some more card games. More children's card games. What should be the next project
to be restored and remastered for a modern audience?
I now have a VTuber model.
I'm thinking we could either go with Mass Effect 2, jump right into the sequel, or possibly, how about this classic,
And every time I blink,
2.
my ears flap.
That's one from way back in the day. One of the classic playthroughs from early on that I definitely think could work. So I'm debating. I'd like to have your feedback. If you're someone who watches the channel, please let me know. We have about a week to figure it out. And so that's on deck. So for those who don't know, the Throwback channel still has those new videos going up. It doesn't have a big audience. I'm serious. Like, the videos get like 50 to 100 views each. And then over time, they get a little bit more. It's not for a wide audience. It's for people who maybe want to see my old style of content, but don't want to watch videos that look like Peach Fuzz, you know, and terrible audio. They're done with better visuals, better, you know, the voiceovers are improved, put into a proper playlist, proper titling, etc. 30-minute parts instead of 10-minute parts. You know, there's a lot of improvements on that channel. So I definitely hope you will give it a look if you haven't yet. Maybe many of you don't even know the channel exists. And also, last year, one of the best things that I liked doing was doing throwback nights, retro react nights, where every Sunday night I would go to the Throwback channel and we would do a live stream of me reacting to one of these old playthroughs. Well, at the end of 2024, we already did a poll, and you guys determined the next playthrough you want to see is Fallout 3, which is already fully remastered and uploaded to the channel. I'm down for that.
I was totally on the wrong stream chat.
As I said, right now, I'm already trying to find time in my schedule to do everything. I do want to bring it back. Okay, I really do. So maybe late January or maybe February. Okay, we'll see. But I don't think now's the time yet. Now when I'm trying to play catch up, when I'm trying to do my final react video, I'm trying to do all this stuff. I think like we should do it
Phil is
soon,
so busy.
but not immediately. Okay, so DSP Throwback, give it a look, check it out. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
You may have noticed something. Has anyone noticed anything different? Yeah, we finally got the leaderboard bar to work properly. It doesn't seem like it's going to crash anymore, which is great. And I changed the font. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 7 years. Yes, I'm not even kidding you. I didn't mean to press that button. I had used that font, Impact, I think it's called, for 7 freaking years. Ever since
Everybody
I
used
first
Impact.
became a full-time live streamer.
Everybody uses Impact.
Okay, in 2017. That's when I started using that font, and I literally never updated it, you know.
You can only open one pack.
You know, what are you going to do? You get caught up and stuff. It's like the last thing on my mind is the font. And to be honest, I don't think anyone ever complained about the font.
I complained about it.
So I just kept it. So I may be messing around with different fonts and things. As you can see, the leaderboard, I'm trying to make it more visible, but not like intrusive to the stream. So the letters look a little bit bigger now. It'll be easier to read when I put names and amounts on there. But I also don't want it to be like, you know, jumping out like it looks obnoxious or anything like that. Okay? I also messed around with a few other scenes. Like, for example, I actually fixed up Phil's Day Off, and I fixed up ESP News to actually be working scenes now. They weren't working before, but as you can see now, they're all laid out where the logos are the right size and the leaderboard is there properly where it should be. In fact, we may even use this one today since, you know, we're going to be talking about my day off. But I haven't had a chance to map it to the Stream Deck yet. I
got to do my Blastoise quest real quick. Sorry, guys.
It's not working. Like those scenes, I have some new clips and things I want to put up that are funny, but I just haven't had a time to do it yet. I basically, one of these days, I'm going to sit down and have like an hour to just mess around and update everything again.
Bear with me as I do this Blastoise.
So good stuff, right?
Like, computer match. I gotta get my promo packs.
Thank you for the patience. As you can see, new animations too. I got rid of the New Year's animations. I mean, those were running for over a week.
It'd be good to warm up anyway.
Is over. Let's get some more animations on here for the podcast specifically, which I think these look pretty good. And I'll continue to try to do quality upgrades and updates as appropriate. I messed around with the soundproofing tiles behind me as well. Tried to make a little bit of a cool design, like eye-catching design. So hopefully that looks nice. And, obviously the RGBs, everything, a little bit upgraded here or there. Okay. So, by the way, good morning. A lot of people are here. What's up, Jinx? What's up, Perry? What's up, Avarice?
What's up, Jinx? What's up, Avarice?
Apparently, Beaver Bother is over on Kick. I don't know if that's really Beaver Bother or not. We got DJ Trump over there. How's everyone this morning?
DJ Trump.
Everyone doing well? Fern Dog, how are you? Good morning to everyone who is here. Yes, absolutely. YouTube Premium. Let me tell you guys something. They're talking about YouTube Premium in chat.
NK Pretty, what's up?
If you're someone who uses YouTube all the
Thanks
time,
for stopping
like
by.
obviously I do for both work and entertainment purposes, YouTube Premium is necessary. It makes it so that you don't ever have to watch ads, and you get a whole bunch of cool advantages as well for having it. I was looking at this, I'm like, why does it look like it's sharp? It does, doesn't it? It looks like it's sharp. That's weird. I have to rearrange the felt there. It looks a little weird that it sticks up like that. Right? It looks like it's jabbing the microphone. It's really not. It's actually in the background, but it's kind of weird. It looks like it's attacking the microphone there. Anyway.
Microphone lore. As usual.
So, YouTube Premium is great. If you get YouTube Premium, you don't ever have to watch advertisements on any video. Which means that everything's streamlined and you can just click around doing what you need to do. That's why I'm able to use YouTube for the podcast and not have to watch ads and stuff. But so many cool advantages, having to be able to play it in the background as if it's like you want to play the podcast in the background while you're doing something else. You can do that. You can play a whole music playlist endlessly. I do when I have my day off, like yesterday. When I'm in the car, I just sync my phone with my car stereo and I minimize it, and then it just plays music while I'm driving around.
That's so handy. I'm going to get YouTube Premium right away.
I just use what music I want off of YouTube. And if you do use YouTube
you can also
Premium,
just get a
you support
Spotify
the content creators you're watching.
account.
If you have YouTube Premium and you're watching me right now, I get paid as if you're watching ads.
Whoa. So
it benefits everyone, right? It's pretty neat. I hope that you'll
everyone
consider
benefits,
getting it.
dude.
It really is worth the money, and it helps a lot of people out. So there you go, including you. What do I listen to? Retro game music. I have a few retro game music stations that I listen to and I alternate between. I really like listening to some classic songs, especially when it's one that I recognize immediately from like an old game that I used to
This
play
dude
back
drives
in the day.
around Seattle listening to retro game
All right,
soundtracks.
let's go in order here.
Come on now.
Like chronological order, all right? Let's talk about Friday. So back on Friday, my last streaming day, I played 2 games. Okay, I played Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and then I played Street Fighter 6, and in between we did a DSP Tries It. And I got an update on that as well. So here's the deal. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, we're almost near the end of the game. We're in the second to last portion of the game. We're nearing the finale. All I need to do is finish up the area we're in, and then there's like a story segment, and one more segment, and the game's over. So we're almost there, and it's been a great playthrough. I've really liked the game. I know it's not for everyone. When I stream the game, I do sadly see a lot of attendance dwindle, but it is what it is.
I'm playing Pokemon, and there's kind of watching DSP in the background.
And just so you know,
I like to have him yapping in the background.
There's nothing coming out. Like, no lie. There's nothing coming out. It's going to be months until we start getting into new releases. Like maybe mid to late February is when new games are starting to trickle out. So it is what it is. Okay. So we did really good. We had great progress. I did a bunch of optional plot lines, upgrades, and everything. But guess what? We ran into a critical soft lock game bug. There's a part of the game where you're supposed to buy a rebreather from a vendor. And so you're supposed to go off and find money. And there's multiple ways to do this. You can either go to a specific area where these fascist Nazis or whatever have
just
a lot of
something to
money.
do.
And you could like raid their camp and steal their
Practicing
money.
the game.
Or
what kind of deck do you use?
you could just go out throughout the open world map and do other missions and just loot money randomly from areas until you have enough while you're doing other content. That's what I opted to do. But at some point while doing all of that, I somehow got a rebreather out of nowhere. It just appeared in my inventory. It doesn't even make sense. I don't even know how I got it. So now because I have the rebreather, when I go back to the vendor to buy it, they won't let you do it because you already have it. So I'm soft locked because I can't buy the rebreather, which then gives you the next story mission. However, I do have some good news.
Fire Toast, like a Charizard deck, or
one person
like a Blaine deck?
Saying the same thing happened to
or you just kind of use your favorite Pokemon, don't really worry about it too much. I know some people are like really fixated on the meta.
If you look up where they are and you go there,
I kind of just play cards I like, Pokemon I like, but
you don't need to
you kind of have to have meta decks at this point.
Journal or your waypoints, you could just go there and do them. So We'll see what happens. Hopefully this is true, because I want to continue with the playthrough. I don't want to have the playthrough end now or have to sit around waiting for a patch in order to continue on. I want to play.
Let's see if I got my Blastoise. Come on.
Let's see how it goes next time around when we play later in the week. But it looks like the playthrough may be all right. Thank you so much to the person who told me this stuff.
Get lots of fire energy pretty quick.
Obviously, I didn't want to be soft locked. Okay.
Chinchino.
Then DSP tries it. Okay.
It's a cute
we tried
card.
out Venezuelan food for the very first time on Friday, including a beef empanada, a chicken bowl with a variety of stuff, including black beans, seasoned chicken, fried plantains and rice, and a delicious dessert called a taqueño. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's actually a really good DSP tries it.
I'd say we could play against each other, but you might just stream start me and know everything I'm about to do, so wouldn't be very fair on my part. But I hope you're having fun practicing the game.
I think I know what I want to do for the next DSP Tries It. And it's a brand new item from a place that I like, and it sounds very interesting. You ready? So, ladies and gentlemen, Jersey Mike's has some new menu items. And I'm excited to try
the Jersey Mike lore.
The one that they have that's notable is they have a new chicken sandwich. Do you see this?
It says Italian.
So if you
I gotta have it.
I think it's Cold Subs. They have a new roasted chicken breast. This is brand new. So instead of it being the chicken that they chop up and they fry up for like the chicken cheesesteak, it's these slices of already pre-seasoned roasted chicken. So you can get a standard roasted chicken breast sandwich, but they have this new one called the spicy chicken Italian that they just added.
Yeah, we can run one.
Pepperoni, provolone, and a pepper relish.
Let me wonder pick real quick.
Very interesting.
There might be something I need.
That sounds delicious. And they just added it
I don't
to
have
the
that
menu,
Gengar
and I
yet.
checked. Yes, I can order it. It's actually available for order in my area. I can get it delivered to try it for DSP Tries It. Okay?
Okay.
Now, they have other ones as well. For example, down here, they have the grilled portobello mushroom and
Oh my
Swiss.
god. Mushroom and Swiss sandwich.
Wait, that's not it. No. There was one.
Alright, there's nothing I really need to wonder pick.
They don't have it on here, actually. It's supposed to be mushrooms with chicken mushrooms. It's kind of like a chicken cheesesteak, but with this new chicken. Okay. So I was thinking about like, man, if I get it, I'm probably gonna get this one. I definitely think I want the spicy chicken Italian. That sounds good, doesn't it?
I'm sure password and people.
Okay, I think that would be cool for the next one. Now I've been looking around. There's other things going on for DSP Tries It as well. Apparently KFC, as Kentucky Fried Chicken, is gonna have several new bowls. And when I say bowls, I mean all they do is they put their ingredients.
Actually,
in a bowl and mix
password's
them
gonna be bowls.
It's like chicken nuggets.
So if you wanna run one real quick.
Fries. It's like the Nashville Hot Fry Bowl or something like that. It's not there yet, but they're adding.
Can't wait
like
for the trading update. Yeah, apparently it comes out
coming up
on the 29th, so
Burger King has those melt burgers
fairly soon.
Really special. It's just like a double Whopper Junior.
I'm trying to hit this guy down. He keeps
with cheese and
can't
like
even focus.
Sauce. So I don't think that's a big one, but I really feel like this should be.
Yeah, apparently you're not going to be able to trade over like
unless someone else comes up with something better.
A star level
if someone comes
rarity.
Up with something better, I'm all ears.
So people can't just like make money, selling all their rare cards or whatever.
So
it's kind of a tricky situation for the developers.
Other places that claim they have new items and they're not. It's just the same ingredients reshuffled into a new offering. This actually is a new offering, 2 new ingredients they didn't have before. Okay? So, there you go. Let me know what you think. But I think that this is a good idea because it is definitely something different and a new item rather than just, rehashing an item that they've already had. Okay? So, by the way, we should now direct the attention here below. We are at 62. That's right. On Friday, both streams, we hit the goals. So we're not at 61, we're at 62. We need 8 more goals to unlock the next DSP.
Let me know when you're at the battle menu and I'll start the thing.
I'd like to know, who's going to be the first contributor of today. Right now we have nothing yet, but as you know, everything supports the streams. Super chats, super stickers, memberships.
We're talking about money. You gotta listen to this.
Subs and gifted subs over on Kick. Tips, which you could do on either side, okay? Anything would be appreciated. Let's get something going. Who's going to be the first person on the newly updated leaderboard? Let's see how your name looks.
He just changed the font. It's like, oh, it's a brand new leaderboard.
All right, let's have it. That's right. They got the prayer emotes going over on Kick. Who's going to be the first person? All right. Let's get it going. Okay,
who's going to be my first contributor?
And
That's
here's
the
the
question.
other thing, too. As I've told you guys.
All right, passwords bowls. I'm going to start it.
For the 10 rewards. We don't. Okay?
And I'm already showing you what kind of deck I'm using, so.
It's really up to you guys, but I'd like to know what else would you like. Is there an item you'd like me to try that I could get from somewhere and do like a testing of it? What about liquor? I've suggested maybe we get some liquor of things that I've never tried before, a certain flavor of beer, a certain kind of hard liquor. Let me know, and maybe I can get it. But the thing is, I have to get them ahead of time, right? I have to. If I don't get it ahead of time, I can't do it.
The stream goal is like drinking a beer.
Do this, but then I didn't have enough time
it's ridiculous.
To get it in time for the rewards. So, let's start planning this. I'd love to hear what you guys want.
Ooh, I get to go second.
Dark Sneed
That comes in handy.
Dank Sneed Pimp, excuse me. Over on Kick, just gifted a sub. It is our first contribution of the week. So let me go ahead and play an animation. I have to reload my animations page because it looks like it crashed. This just confirms all along that the issues I was having with the animations has nothing to do with my setup. It was always the animations page that was glitchy because my setup's all new tech now.
Well, Chase is weak to thunder. Actually, yeah, I thought I might be in trouble. You might be in trouble, dude.
Here we go again. I have absolutely no clue why that was down in the corner over there. I don't know. All three of them are completely off center, and I don't know why because I didn't do this. The YouTube pop-ups are now centered. This makes me feel like the YouTube pop-ups are now going to be screwed up on the other pages too. And I didn't do it. I don't know why that's happening. All right, well, the YouTube pop-ups are fixed. There we go. Okay. Dank Sneed Pimp, thank you for the first contribution.
Dank Sneed Pimp.
There we go. Okay. And that gets us to $5 in contributions. Thank you so much. Thanks for getting the momentum going. Now, let's keep that rolling. Who's going to be the first super chatter, the first person to gift a membership, and the first tip of the day? Let's get them in and get that momentum rolling, okay? And again, if you guys have ideas of what you would like to see for DSP Tries It,
two heads, pretty good
item,
flips.
It's another item you want to see me do a testing of, or if it's liquor or something else, let me know. Let's set all these up, shall we? Let's do it. Let's get the momentum rolling, but your feedback feeds the show.
That's right,
so
I think.
Okay. Friday night was Friday Night Fights Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, it's actually Charmander.
Here's the funny part about it.
Sorry, Charmander. Charmander is actually my favorite Pokemon. I'm an old man, so I grew up with the first gen.
The game has degraded so low now. Okay, the game is just so pathetically bad. And I hate to say it because I did like the game at one point. Awesome, Perry. Thank you so much. 5 gifted memberships to the channel. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Perry. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Actually, oh, good. We already have that's right. I was thinking memberships are already automated. Don't need to put anything for you. You already got them popping up there. Thank you, Perry. So let's get Perry the White up there. Which means we will now be up to 20 bucks of support. And whoever got those, be sure to enjoy those emotes. Thank you so very much, Perry. All right.
Sorry, Charmander.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, Sambuca got one? Cool. Because Sambuca's a longtime viewer. Okay. So, Street Fighter 6, Friday night. Here's the state of Street Fighter 6. No exaggeration. The people who have stuck around to play the game are mostly tryhards. What that means is they have all copied some pro player by watching videos, memorizing easy mode patterns that you can use ad nauseum to win, unless you are like completely studying the game to get to the point where you know, oh yeah, so this ridiculous pattern can only be interrupted in 2 frames. You must know those 2 frames in order to blow through it. If you don't know that, you're basically screwed. And the problem is the top tiers in this game, the Cammies, the Juries, the Kens, get away with constant rush down in your face, and you can't really do much about it unless you know
2 out of 3 again. Good flips.
Interrupt their safe mode patterns. So, I don't play Street Fighter 6 that much anymore, all right? As you know, there is a very, very good Blanca player. And what's happened is, because that Blanca player, what's his name, Mena RD or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but because he's so good, everyone knows how to fight against Blanca. Like, no exaggeration. There's almost no Blancas online because people know how to beat the character so well. So it's actually harder now to play with Blanca than any other character that I play with. No exaggeration. I have an easier time with Honda, an easier time with Bison. I even have an easier time with
Stream is delayed
than I do with Blanca. So trying to play with Blanca,
I guess it's
it was very frustrating. Everyone was just
that's just how it goes. It also helps me not be completely
and I couldn't really do much. I mean,
revealed to you.
It was the first time in a long time I had a losing record. I think I had 23 wins and 25 losses, and it was just so frustrating. You know, it was so frustrating that people outright said, "Phil, just don't play Street Fighter 6 again next time. Do something different. Do the Marvel collection." And I was like, "All right." So what we'll do is when we play fighting games again this week, I think I have it scheduled for Wednesday night. We're gonna do the Marvel collection and do some Marvel 2 again, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, that is. Because at least in that game, you know, I actually have way more character knowledge and way more knowledge of the game than most people who play it. So it allows me to play at a competitive level and not basically be incredibly frustrated like I have been playing Street Fighter 6. So that should be fun. And I am going to keep playing Street Fighter 6. Next stream when I play, I'll probably play with Honda, and that might be like Friday night again, Friday Night Fights. But for now,
unfortunately, my friend, I think I won this one.
Makes sense for the middle of the week for variety rather than me just being frustrated at Street Fighter.
It's tough with Moltres being weak to Thunder.
Jinx, who did a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Hypnotic Jinx. That is our first super chat of the day. That is awesome. Let's get you up on the leaderboard.
Good game. Well, yeah, it's just tough. Moltres is a good card. It's just tough with his being weak to Thunder.
$40 to support this morning. Now,
yeah, send a friend request too.
That means we have memberships. We have subs, we have one sub, and we have a super chat. Now we just need a tip, and then we've spread it all over.
If you want to go again, I'll try a
different
deck.
Who's going to be the first person
Let's see.
to tip on today's stream? And then we have support of all categories. Let's find out. Okay. So, that's what's going on since Friday. All right. Yesterday.
If you want to try Moltres again, I can use my Celebi deck. I'll be weaker. Maybe you can get me on that one.
Phil's Day Off. It's going to be a short one. There's not much to talk about. The good news here is it was a way more relaxing day that I really appreciated. I didn't have to run around and do too many errands. I only had to do one or two very basic things, nothing too crazy. I didn't have anyone
Gotta go. Oh, okay.
Who was
well, thanks for playing with me. It's pretty cool. Nice to meet you and stuff.
Any kinds of installations.
Don't apologize.
I
it's all good.
Building furniture. I didn't have any appointments.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna jump online.
I have to do a couple quick things. For example, I had to grocery shop. I had to go
See
to
you
the
later.
pet store. But outside of the very basics, it was a pretty relaxed day. And it was funny because my wife was just kind of randomly looking for another game to play.
I'm gonna try this meta Buster deck. We'll see if it works.
It was a game that I thought it was ringing a bell.
Back in a couple hours. Okay, I might still be here. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stream today.
Okay, so I swear at one point you guys had asked me to play this game or check it out, and I even think that I might have played like the demo of this game at one point, but I know I haven't done a playthrough of it. So my wife's looking at it, and it's basically supposed to be a game about like being like traveling and trying to. It's really weird because when you look at the game, it doesn't explain what it really is. Okay, what is Road 96? It is a first-person adventure game, and what you're doing is you are trying to escape the country. Now it's a imaginary country. The country doesn't exist, but the game takes place in the 1990s. You're supposed to be a teenager who's trying to escape the country. As you start to play the game, you realize it's very much political. Like, holy crap, is it political? All right, it's got all these political overtones that tie into modern American politics. They're trying to say that there is a president in power that basically is a dictator, but he's all for fossil fuels and controlling the populace and all kinds of stuff. Like, yeah, I wonder who they're trying to allude to.
Actually, give me a Tauros, which is nice.
And then there's supposed to be a presidential candidate running against him who basically is like very liberal and wants the world to go green and wants freedom for everyone. Gee, I wonder what they're getting at there, right? So during the course of the game, you start off trying to
channel so
basically
political
escape
now.
this country by getting to the border.
Let's see, what should I do?
You want to leave the country. That's the premise of the game. You're trying to escape the country. Okay? You know, last time I checked, everyone's trying to rush our country and join, not leave. But anyway, I mean, I don't think we would really complain if people left. It's the opposite problem that we have here. As this teenager, you basically go through these different stops
Chip
on this
Wade
road
was me
trip,
too.
and you're hitchhiking or
Before he
you're
gets
taking
too
a bus,
comfortable.
you're taking a cab, and there's all these different people. You run into criminals like who are robbing stores. You run into like a celebrity.
That's the only reason why he's running this deck is because he got his crown. Me too. I've got it too, buddy.
You run into just normal people here or there. You run into other kind of runaways who are also trying to escape. And each character is kind of unique. I think there's 6 or 7 of them, and they all have their own unique stories. And basically, the entire game is just a mini game. Like, that's every single time that you run into one of these characters, you'll have dialogue choices that actually change the course of the game. You'll be able to lean towards, hey, do I like the current political power, or am I trying to make it so this other person wins the election? You get to determine, do you want to help these people who are kind of like terrorists, or do you just not want to do that because you don't like violence? It's really weird but interesting. Like, it's super unique, but man, does it try to push like liberal politics down your throat as you're playing through this game. Okay? I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it, but it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, some of the choices are non-choices and they force you to go in one way even if you don't want to. So anyway, it was funny because she started playing this game, and at first we're both watching it and we're just laughing our asses off. We're like, this is so ridiculous. You could tell the people who made the game are so one-sided politically. So why make a game with the element of choice if they're going to make it sound like if you make one choice it's wrong and one choice is right? It's just kind of silly. But as you play, you kind of get hooked because the premise is you play as one teenager and you're trying to escape. So
it's my best move right there, I think.
Hour and a half gameplay, interacting with each of the 6 or 7 characters. At any point, you can mess up and you can get arrested, and then your game's over, or you can die and your game's over. There's 2 ways to fail. Eventually, you're going to get to the border crossing, and you have to find a way to illegally cross the border into another country. Yes, I'm not kidding you. You win the game by illegally performing a border crossing into another country. That's the objective of the game.
What game is he talking about?
Once that's done, whether you succeed or you fail, you start the game over as another teenager and you do it all again, but now the plot changes because it actually has advanced time. So those characters you started interacting with the first teenager,
oh, we concede.
Their plot's advancing, and you'll run into them at
I got his Jimmy's rustled
points of the game. So maybe the news anchor who you ran into,
he had a chance. He didn't have to
now
give
is
up.
just driving around in her stretch limo, and she happens to pick you up because you're a hitchhiker and you have an interaction. Or maybe the person who earlier was having like an existential crisis about their existence, now you find out that they actually are part of a former terrorist group, and they're having like moral feelings that what they did was wrong all along, and they never should have been a part of this group. Okay, so it's really wild and unique. This story is quite good, in my opinion. But you just have to be able to stomach a game that 100% is leaning towards liberal politics and accept that they just think that's the right way no matter what. So my wife did several runs. She did like 3 or 4 runs, and each one the game got wilder and wilder, and then we kind of ran out of time.
Damn,
so it was good. It was like a relaxing day playing this silly game on Game Pass. It was pretty fun. What do we have for dinner? Oh, we have Mexican food. We ordered Mexican food. I had these giant fajita quesadillas full of grilled veggies.
Still
and
talking
chicken.
about food.
My wife had some enchiladas with mole sauce and pretty good dinner. So it was a pretty relaxing day overall. Nothing too crazy to talk
we're
about.
still running this deck with Articuno Misty.
In that regard, but a pretty good day overall and a good day to relax and unwind.
That's unfortunate.
This week is a 6-day streaming week for me, but next week I'm going to have an additional day off. We actually have a couple appointments that we lined up for a day during the week, and we said, well, here's what we'll do. The day with the appointments,
I need an X speed or something.
The rest of the day will be for us, and then the Saturday will be the normal day off where I run errands like grocery shopping and stuff like that. So that way we get some time together. All right. So this week is a normal 6-day streaming week, but next week there'll be some extra time off, and I'll let you know the days and dates and everything. You know when we know. Fair enough. Okay, that was Phil's day off. Not super exciting this week, right? I didn't think it would be. But there you have it. So now, what is going down for the rest of this week? Let's talk, okay? So today, we're returning to Stalker 2. And last time around, Stalker 2 was quite wild. If you remember, we interacted with this
quite wild
wish-making machine thing. And then reality changed, and we're not sure if we're still stuck in the dream or not. But now all hell is breaking loose, and all the factions are going at each other's throats and attacking each other. We're now heading into a new part of the map, which is great to finally be able to head into a new part that we haven't done yet. Looks like it's basically
such
the
bad
second
draws.
half of the game that we're beginning today. I can't wait to see how it goes. Mouse and keyboard, which is cool. I haven't played any mouse and keyboard gaming in a bit, so that'll be fun to do. So I hope you'll stick around for Stalker 2 and see how it goes. Tonight on the late stream, it is the return of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I haven't done this in over 2 weeks now, and I really enjoy the Flight Sim streams for 2 reasons. Number one,
he enjoys Flight Sim because you can just, it's relaxing.
Right?
You
no
can sit there and count the
sim
money as it comes in.
We're just going to fly certain landmarks, certain places around the globe. We're going to have a good time.
Ouch.
You know, I love seeing whether it's a giant city
or
beautiful scenery or
please be good cards, please.
Really cool, especially now that I'm playing at the 4K graphics with the maximum draw distance.
Do I have an X speed in this deck? I don't even remember.
Really good and is very chill. But the second part
Fuck
is
yeah.
I love the fact
Fuck
that
yeah.
while we're doing that, you guys pick where we go. A lot of the times, you guys tell me all kinds of stuff about the geography or the city or whatever where we are, so I learn when I actually play this game. And we have a lot of fun conversation while we're doing it, right? It's just really good in that regard. I really enjoy the streams, and the thing is, we've been busy and haven't been able to do it for a bit. You know, last week we had the year-end series and, you know, Christmas stuff. So now we get to bring it back to the fold. I don't know if we'll be doing it every single week, but I do enjoy doing it. And remember, you pick
now what you're gonna do
where we go for a contribution. Basically, the way it works is whoever's the big contributor or the top contributor at the time picks where we're flying, and then we continue with that. So if someone does like a $20 tip, they choose where we go first, and then if someone does like
if you take out
super chat,
Tauros, Marshall's gonna clean up.
And we kind of go in line there.
I probably
Usually
just
we end up flying anywhere between 4 to 6 places
forfeit.
every stream. So they're really good experiences and very chill. If that's what you're looking for, if you don't care about challenging gameplay or anything like that, the Flight Sim streams are where it's at. Very social and very fun, and I can't wait for more. So I hope you'll join me tonight at 6:30, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time for that. Okay. Now, over the course of this week, we're going to be doing some fun stuff. Tomorrow, we're continuing on with the Dark Souls mods run. There actually was an update to the graphical patch, so we're going to see if that actually makes the game look any better.
Okay.
And we're going to continue on. We have beaten Anne Orlando. So what we need to do is now kind of reap our rewards. I think it unlocks fast travel. So we'll be doing that tomorrow, and then perhaps fast travel around a bit to the areas that we skipped. Remember, we skipped the Capra Demon. We skipped the depths. Maybe we'll go back and we'll do those areas.
Please go close to the mic. I can't hear you. I
I
have like 2 people talking. I have DSP running in the background. I like listening to him yap when I play.
Because once you beat Anne Orlando, you got choices because all the doors open, right? All the boss doors. So we could go to Lost Izalith. We could go to down into the Cave of the Giants, right? And try
It's easier to let someone else yap if there's not a ton of people to chat with at the time.
Right? They're all available now. They're all unlocked.
Alright, so
I'm looking forward to that tomorrow.
Marshall's gonna hit him pretty hard.
Whip, which is a bleed weapon that also has a unique attack pattern.
And I got my other
that's pretty
Tauros.
cool that we're doing different stuff.
That's a good draw.
So that's tomorrow's day stream. Tomorrow night, the return of Call of
Well, maybe it's not a good
That's
draw.
right. Call of Duty finally coming back to the fold. You guys
Wish I could Sabrina
Call of
him.
Duty. We usually get some pretty good attendance, and the view it actually has some of the most views of the videos of anything I've been doing recently is the Call of Duty stuff on mouse and keyboard. So I'm very much looking forward to that tomorrow night. And then Tuesday, Smart Guys Returns, episode 2. You know, Monday night is
I mean, you
Monday
can
Night
knock
Raw.
out
So I'll be
anyone,
watching
you're
it,
gonna
so
lose
Ash,
next
and
turn.
then we're going to do our new commentary show on Tuesday morning instead of the podcast. I'm going to say this. This week, we are going to
He's
have
just
some
blowing
announcements
cards.
on the format of the show, how it's going to work moving forward. See, because last week was just the premiere episode, but now we have some announcements and things that we're going to be trying.
Why are you wasting my time?
I think you
It's
guys will like this
so
episode.
annoying, dude.
and possibility of some new stuff coming up. All right, so don't miss it. Smart guys, instead of this podcast,
this deck's
on DSP
pretty good. Like it,
as well as on the Kick
I feel like it's pretty
Tuesday morning.
maneuverable,
And then after we finish that, I'm going to try to play some
adaptable.
more, Indiana Jones and see if we can beat this soft lock situation. And then Tuesday night will be the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Okay, there you go. So that's when I'm playing MVC 2. Wednesday we will have either more Stalker 2 or Indiana Jones. I'm undecided at this point what I want to do. And then Wednesday night will be Killer Frequency concluding. Yes, Killer Frequency, the narrative-based game where you're a DJ trying to save people in a small town from a slasher killer. So we're actually going to probably wrap it up on Wednesday night. And then maybe after that, we'll go back to having some other indie games in the rotation like Balatro.
Oh my god, what a terrible draw.
Like okay. Keep in mind, also I want to play Dino Crisis on PS5 Pro. We haven't had opportunity to really do that yet recently. But once we start wrapping up some of these playthroughs, that's probably the next thing that I'll be adding into the rotation. Okay? Good stuff. Perry the White, 5 months as a member, says, Smart Guys rules.
Marowak deck.
Thank you so much, Perry. I appreciate that. 5 months as a member. Very nice. Okay, so, geez, we covered Friday, we covered my day off, and we covered the schedule. I think we've covered almost everything I want to cover today. Except one other thing, because ladies and gentlemen, Atomfall is a game that is coming out shortly. Okay, Atomfall looks to me like Fallout, only over in Europe. Okay, except I already kind of did that with Fallout London last year, which I didn't play, but I have the mod installed. We could play it whenever we want on PC.
Ah, shit, what do I do?
This year.
I think I gotta get Tauros out of there. Well,
the premise of the game is it's supposed to be kind of,
maybe not.
But it's got futuristic
maybe not.
And everything.
Let's see. Let's give him a shot here.
They have released about 7.5 minutes of a gameplay overview trailer, and since this is the first time they've actually shown the gameplay, I wanted to watch and react to it today to let you know what I think. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay.
Right now.
So here we are. Let's go full screen. All right, let's check this out. It is the Atomfall gameplay overview trailer. Let's see what we can learn about the game, shall we? All right, here we go. I just punched my desk viciously with my right hand because I was so excited. I just couldn't stop myself. I said, "Oh," and I punched it as hard as I could. Okay, it was a mistake. Let's continue. Here we go.
Rated M for mature.
Well, that's good.
Waiting for a special occasion to break out your hazmat suits, then look no further than Atomfall.
Oh.
Rebellion. We are excited to introduce you to this new world and what it has.
Is the volume too low? I'll up it a little bit.
I should have Sabrina'd.
However, there's far more to Atomfall than what we can showcase in a single video. This is just a glimpse.
Holy fuck. Oh, I got so lucky. Oh my god, I got so lucky.
Survival game set in a post-war Britain. It will have you traversing the Lake District of
Okay.
uncovering mysteries about the quarantine zone and the people that inhabit it. My name's Mullen.
Let's do this.
Quarantine zone, first person. I mean, it sounds familiar, doesn't it? I mean, are we kind of playing that game right now called Stalker 2, or haven't we played it? It's called Fallout. And I get it, like, they wanted to do their own original spin on it in Britain, but it just seems to me like it's kind of, haven't we already done it? I don't know. Well, let's see if there's anything truly original about the game, shall we? Let's find out.
I got some bits and bobs for sale.
My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious. We're strangers.
Atomfall takes place in a fictional quarantine in 1962, just 5 years after the real-life event of the Windscale Fire, the worst nuclear disaster in British history. However, in this altered version of history, there are more mysterious and sinister things at play behind the scenes.
So, an alternate version of old history that has future tech. This is starting to sound even more familiar. Jeez. All right, let's keep going.
And you must uncover the secrets of what happened. It's up to you to discover the truth behind the disaster and figure out just how much of this world can be saved.
Mutants.
Before you can set out on that quest, you'll awaken in the quarantine zone with little knowledge about who you are, the life you've lived.
Barely hanging on here.
Certainly, there's a rather nasty bout of amnesia.
You're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry.
Oh, really?
Are you a law-abiding citizen, a terrifying menace to those around you? Or are you perhaps someone just trying their best to survive in a dangerous, unfamiliar place? The choice is yours. And Atomfall gives you the freedom to embody any role. A village in one of the areas you will visit is controlled by a military group that was sent in to set up and maintain the quarantine after the disaster. A noble cause, but some might question the lengths they've gone to restore.
I don't know.
Shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff.
Armed soldiers patrolling the roads of the village. Robotic sentinels on a hair trigger, prepared to attack at even the slightest hint of aggression. And villagers who live in fear as a result.
Soldiers will spring you up for anything these days, and my husband was exploring where they don't like you to.
It's Fallout, okay? It's Fallout. It's literally Fallout with maybe
It's
a mix
Fallout.
of Stalker, because that's what it seems. It's exactly the plot of Fallout, but it's Stalker combined with Fallout. Get it? There's a quarantine zone. There was a nuclear disaster, but it's set in the past.
Yeah, fuck it. This isn't going well.
It's
I
Fallout.
don't even want to bother.
I just can't stop. I can't not say it. It's literally Fallout. The graphics are pretty good. I'll say that, right? The graphics look quite good. Okay.
To explore.
Does this group really have the villagers' best interest?
Does this not look
Wasn't
like
the best
good
use of that
fun?
deck, I
There's
just
the destroyed
didn't
town,
know what to do.
but yet there's robots walking around in the town that are, it's, okay.
If you don't get good draws, you're just kind of screwed. I started out with Tauros, which is like terrible. You don't want him on the front lines against a fighting deck right away, you know.
Is a lawless land filled with
Wasn't the best start.
bandits and cultists
Really?
who don't care if you're friendly or not and will attack you on sight. There are so many things to consider on your journey through Atomfall. Exploration is a critical component of the experience, especially when it comes to your survival. The quarantine zone is in the idyllic countryside of northern England, but it is not as it once was. An abandoned rail yard, a derelict stone quarry, and verdant rolling hills contain more than just pieces of a prior civilization.
I mean, I will say this, it's prettier than Fallout. It's not all gray and brown and, you know what I mean? Because it's set in England and the foliage is still there.
The
flora.
foliage.
It's not like the nuclear fallout destroyed everything. So therefore, it looks like it almost is like a combination of Elder Scrolls and Fallout when you think about it. Because it's got that open world exploration that's kind of gorgeous with the countryside, but then it's still post-apocalyptic at the same time.
As you explore these places, you'll find secret bandit hideouts, mysterious messages, secrets, clues, and leads
Secrets.
that might help you figure out how the world fell apart. These can lead you to eccentric characters, secret hideaways.
That's okay, I got
or
Geo.
even the rundown bunkers.
Still gonna get my point next turn.
of the British
Bunkers?
Atomic
You mean
Research
like
Division.
vaults?
You'll never know when or
Wow.
where fragments of the bigger picture will be brought into focus. But you will always need to be alert.
Annoying.
These facilities may not
So
be
annoying.
as automated as they once were. However, the halls are often patrolled by the same robots used to patrol the rest of the quarantine zone, as well as a radio
Okay.
creatures that won't hesitate to tear you apart. You will also come across caves and underground tunnels that seem to have been affected by the wind-scale disaster the most. Glowing plants and mushrooms cover the walls, floor, and ceiling of these places, giving off a hazy fog that makes them more dangerous to traverse than other places you may go. However, the environment is not all you need to worry about. The same
Lady Charisma, I feel, just hit it on the head. Lady Charisma in chat just said, This feels like Lies of P. So you're not going to make it? Well, we'll do it ourselves. Right? FromSoft refused to make Bloodborne 2. Well, okay, let me take that back.
Of course.
Sony refused to allow FromSoft to make Bloodborne 2 because Sony owns the rights. So another company made Bloodborne 2 and called it Lies of P. Well, Bethesda will literally not make a new Fallout game despite the fact that people want one. Instead, they did stupid Fallout 76, and now they're just doing a bunch of other
If I don't get
crap.
my point, he's just going to evolve that to Dragonite, and it's going to get dragged out even more.
Location on the planet, but it's literally Fallout. I don't think it could be any more like Fallout than this. Like, how could you even possibly make it more similar to Fallout?
Terrifying ferals found in the bunkers also live in these areas and will not stop to ask questions.
They even call them ferals.
Be sure
like
to be
feral
well
ghouls.
equipped to handle these creatures.
Feral ghouls.
Extra cautious, as not everything is as it seems.
You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the Windscale Atom plant.
They keep showing this one guy.
Yourself against all these threats. You're going to need weapons, supplies, and materials, all of which you can find through scavenging the locations of Atomfall. However, if you truly want to survive, some things may need to be taken by force. The weapons you will come across include melee weapons, like the cricket bat.
Melee?
Or ranged weapons, like pistols, rifles, and shotguns.
Walk straight into it. Good job.
Each with their own strengths and weaknesses. During your journey,
That was a bad move putting Tauros out.
you may even unlock the ability to upgrade your weapons and give them more power. The ammo for these
Wow.
weapons will
I've
be
never
in
seen
short
that one.
supply, so you must either find or craft what you need to survive. However, weapons are not the only thing you'll need on your journey.
You can also have
Look
some
at the
tea.
resources, like cloth and alcohol. to craft
Whatever.
weapons,
He's swapping out next
heal
turn.
yourself, or harm your enemies.
Where do you get
Over time,
those little cucumber sandwiches? Those things are great.
you'll expand your crafting abilities to create more aggressive tools of self-protection. Other tools at your disposal include a flashlight to light the
This guy's
dark
deck is
outside,
annoying.
and a trusty metal detector to locate buried caches of supplies. A handy ping will alert you when one of these caches is nearby, signaling you to equip the metal detector.
Ah, it just
and
pops
begin
up out of
looking.
nowhere.
When you aren't scavenging for materials or searching for buried treasure, you might also find various manuals that contain valuable knowledge. These
Cool.
manuals will imbue your character with new skills across 4 categories: ranged combat, melee combat,
Melee.
survival, and conditioning.
Melee over
Even at
there?
the
That's
end
how
of
they
the
say it?
world, knowledge is power. Careful selection of which skills you focus on will determine your playstyle and the path you carve out for yourself in Atomfall.
So he's just gonna swap out the fucking
And what each one entails right now. But as you progress, you will need to pick and choose what type of playstyle you want to focus on in Atomfall.
I really should stop talking. Not personal, but you can't trust anyone too much these days, can you?
We hope you enjoyed the
Yeah,
first
I'm pretty much
glimpse of the
screwed.
world of Atomfall. Leave a comment with what you are most excited to see when the game releases on March 27th, 2025. Ask
So March 27th. Did we already know that? Did we know that it was the release date? I think we did, right? I'll have to double check my release schedule. But so overall, it's Fallout with a better environment because it's not just like a dead planet like in Fallout. For some reason, all the flora is still alive, which is kind of neat. But so many things are lifted directly from Fallout. The one thing here I'm noticing, there's no VATS. So it is more like an action-based game. Like that's what they said. Oh, it's action-based. Yeah, because you took out the VATS, so it is going to feel more like an action game than an RPG. But it has a ton of the Fallout RPG elements in it. And, you know, so here's the deal. Does it look good? Yes. It could be good. It could also... I'm going to say it's going to depend on a few factors. Like, number one is the story
Fucking
actually
coin flips.
interesting. Like, for example, my problem with Stalker 2 is that I've been playing Stalker 2 for over 20 hours, and the story didn't actually get good until the last, like, 2 hours. So for me, I kept playing Stalker 2 because people wanted me to keep going with it, but I probably would have, like, tapped out earlier because it was just not that interesting. So, if this story is riveting, like the story of a typical Fallout game, then it will probably
I just
work.
lose.
But if it's like, oh, it's open
It is
world
what it
and go
is.
explore for 14, 15 hours before the story even like has any meaning or picks up.
I hate
don't know
those
if it's
fucking
going to
Dragonite
work.
decks.
Okay, just being honest here. That's number one. Number two, is it going to hold up to the expectations of those who've played open world Bethesda games?
I just
Will it be
wasn't
as
getting
good as an Elder
cards.
Scrolls or a
If I had
Fallout
Mew, I could have
game,
genome
or is it
hacked
going to be very repetitive
or something, you
very
know. I
boring?
just
Will it
didn't
be
have
full
any
of
cards.
game-breaking bugs and glitches because it's a sandbox style? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm curious about that. I wonder how well it's going to work. Personally, I think I like the looks of it, and I'm after having watched this gameplay trailer, despite the fact that it is Fallout again, only in Britain, I am intrigued. I'm interested in what the plot is. I'm interested in the gameplay elements. I am. Like, I actually want to play it. I believe it's going to be on Game Pass. I'm not sure. I guess we'll
A lot of
see,
people
but
running this card
I'm
now, it
interested
seems like.
in it for
And
sure.
okay, this is
And they
another
said it was
meta.
the 27th, correct? So I just want to be sure we have that on my release schedule. We do. Atomfall, March 27th. So it's on there. All right. So I'm interested in it. I would like to try it. If it's on Game Pass, it's a no-brainer that I try it, right? Like, why wouldn't I try it if I'm going to be able to just get it and give it a shot? And then, hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it's boring or whatever after a couple streams, that's fine. So Atomfall, it looks intriguing. I'm interested. I'm not blown away either, but I am more interested in it after having watched the gameplay trailer, and that's a good thing. I think that's the effect you want when you have a gameplay trailer, so there you have it. Okay. Very good. All right, folks. Well, that was interesting. It is on Game Pass. Well, there you go. Then we're definitely going to give it a shot. Okay. Stuart says, well, you could compare it to Fallout London, but I mean, I can't. I only played Fallout London for like 2 hours, not even. So I can't really make a comparison, right?
He knew I was going to take out his other Magikarp. He didn't have Gyarados in his hand.
Folks,
That's an
I have
easy win.
covered
That's the beautiful thing about this deck.
that I was interested in covering on today's
It's a
show.
meta tilter,
We'll do this
man.
with a little bit of remaining time for those who want to chat. So if you'd like to do a little bit of conversation or Q&A, tag me in the chat. Let's see what you want to talk about.
They're trying to get that
One thing we
Gyarados
do
out, and I
not
just
have
stop him right away. I would have killed his second Magikarp, and then there's no way for him to get Gyarados out.
It would be great to get a tip in. That way we
That's
would
why it's
have
good to have an
more of
adaptable
each
deck with multiple
contribution
options,
type, before we
instead of
do
depending on
Stalker,
one
which would be great. And by the
Pokemon
way,
type.
Man, of course, it would be good to hit the goal today on this stream. So let's do it. Let's hit the goal.
And I had
my
Sabrina
friends,
too if you
and get
wanted to
towards
swap out the
New
Magic,
Jersey
swap
Bites. I
out the
wanna try that New
Magikarp.
Jersey Bite sandwich 'cause
That was a
it's
good
great.
hand. That was a good draw.
All right. So what's ever on everyone's mind?
Going first this
I have
time.
just received an anonymous gifted sub on Kick, and it went to Beaver Bother. So Beaver Bother now has a sub over on Kick. Well, congratulations to you, if that is the real Beaver Bother, because I don't actually know if it is or not. Thank you so very much to the person who just gifted that. We're now at $45 of support, so almost a third to our goal for the stream. Thank you very much for that. Okay.
Yeah, we got some stuff here, but not the best start.
Someone named
I don't like having Marshadow
attend the
out front.
stream, even though they're on this stream, but they'll be back tonight for Flight Sim. Sounds good. See you then. You might want to
Sounds
think about
good.
getting a better name. I don't know. Turd is a very, it's kind of self-deprecating. Call yourself Turd, don't you think? Just saying. Kind of weird.
Kinda weird.
That was a cool animation. Anyway, Dark Beast, how you doing? Because I want to say,
Alright, he's powering
I
up
don't give
Celebi.
on RPGs. It's one of the reasons I started watching your content. Dark Beast, I don't want to give up on RPGs. I want to. There's 2 RPGs coming up I'm interested in. Like a Dragon Pirate in Hawaii, which we just watched that big gameplay, preview of that looked great, and the Suikoden collection, which are RPGs that I grew up with in the 90s that are near and dear to my heart. PlayStation, awesome games. I want to share that experience with my audience.
So Celebi, obviously you can power him up quick, but he's not the strongest EX type.
I can't be playing them for myself and have no one
So if
showing
I get
up.
Tauros
We
out,
gotta
it's
see
a
what
one
happens.
shot.
Beaver Bother says, if I tip
And
now, do I get my name
with
on the
Geo,
leaderboard?
I can
typically, yes, that's how it
hit
works.
100
Beaver
with
Bother,
Marshadow
if you
too.
I shot you out and I put you on the leaderboard. I don't know if you knew that. Hoverhand says, is there a cooking appliance you want to get so you and your wife can cook new things?
I gotta survive
Not
this.
particularly.
Of course, he has
Nothing
push.
sticking out in my mind right now that would be a cooking appliance we need. I mean, we have an air fryer that we don't like, so we don't use it. We use the oven for pretty much everything. Like, what cooking appliance would there be? Like a
Okay, I
fryer?
survived.
Would you
That's
want
all
a
I care
fryer?
about. I
That's
survived
bad
this
for you.
one.
So probably not. No. Am I ever gonna bring back Sea of Stars? Asks NMix. I would like to, but we got to find the right time. I don't think right now is the right time at all. Being that I'm juggling a bunch of stuff and there's other things on deck that people want more. I would love to revise it at some day. I would. Vitus Avitus, or is it Vitus Avitus? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Says, what's more important to you when judging a game's success, viewership numbers or support amount? Do you want to know the truth? I almost never look at view numbers. I literally right now have no idea how many people we have on this stream. I don't know. And I haven't looked at Kick viewer numbers in 2 months. Seriously, I just stopped caring because here's the thing. In my opinion, it doesn't matter if you have 2 viewers, 200 viewers, or 2,000 viewers.
Interesting.
If
So
you
he's
have
got
an
Pidgeot
audience
too.
that's engaged, that likes the content, that's talking with you, right? Talking about the game. That will bring entertainment, which will then bring support, which reciprocates, and then everything works. Correct? Like, that's how I feel. You know, that's the magic formula. So I've had streams where I'm playing a hot new release and I have 1,000 viewers, and I've had streams where, you know, it's a very small RPG stream with like 150 people. As long as people are engaged with the content, enjoying it, having a good time, and that brings support, then it all works. Okay, it's not just about
Ooh, that
one
sucks,
thing.
dude. He's
'Cause here's the
conceding.
thing. I'm going to give you a perfect example. Baldur's Gate 3. That was a playthrough that got support, but actually hurt me. What do I mean by that? Baldur's Gate 3 took me 140 hours to complete. That was about 3.5 to 4 months of my time on this channel. And even though there were some active people who would come to every stream and drop like $100 tip, my channel declined because of Baldur's Gate 3. My people who were engaged with the content were few and far between. Like, it was maybe actually 50 people who cared about the playthrough, I feel. And because of that, me taking so much time to get through the game and dedicating to it, a lot of people who were there for other content left and didn't come back.
So now if
for
he's got
months and
Erica,
months.
he's still
So my
screwed.
overall viewership went down, the engagement on the channel went down, and a lot of people didn't come back till like April.
And he can't
In
attack me with
April, I started
Pidgeotto.
playing a different variety of
Unless he's
games,
got
and all of
another
a sudden,
leaf or X
boom,
speed, which
the
he
channel's
might.
momentum came back. So it's not just about support. It's not just about engagement. It's certainly not about overall viewers. You got to find that happy balance. That
Oh,
works.
that's it.
I could very well.
Oh, this.
RPG that only
It's
150
my deck
people
is
show up
annoying
for,
too.
but if
For every
everyone
deck
on
that's so
that stream
annoying
is
to
happy,
me,
having a good time, and
mine does the
supporting
same.
Content, then it doesn't matter. At the same time, I could be having a stream of a game where I get 1,000.
I already played all my like
but
power
if everyone
cards
in the
though,
chat
so
is
it
talking
would have
about
been
something
kind of
else, doesn't care about
down
the
to the
game,
wire
and no
there.
one supports it, the
I already
viewers
used
don't
both
matter.
Sabrinas, both
You see, you gotta find that perfect
X speeds.
balance that everything works. So I just received 5 anonymous subs over on Kick. Thank you, the anonymous 5 sub gifter. You are awesome. I really appreciate that. So Dank Sneed Pimp has been unseated. We have an
Sneed
anonymous
Pimp has been
5 sub
unseated.
gifter. Let's play an animation for that. I keep forgetting to play animations for the gifted subs, and that's unfortunate. Let's play one right now. Here we go. 5 gifted sub animation. Thank you so very much over on Kick. And that counts for a very generous $25 of support, which means we are now up to $70 of support. And almost halfway to our goal for the stream. Thank you so
We're
much.
going second a lot today.
Very
Some
nice.
decent luck.
Also,
Marsh out out front, that's
alright,
bad
my
luck.
first tip of the day.
Got both Sabrinas up front. That could be helpful.
Someone's name is RTU's Mushroom Tip, and they said, "Here's my tip."
Thunder deck, interesting.
First off, I gotta ask, who in their right mind would be thinking about RTU's Mushroom Tip? Like, seriously, dude? That's some gross, weirdo, fringe shit. You need some help.
I agree.
Seriously, I strongly
I'm not
urge
thinking
that
about
you
anyone's
seek help
mushroom tip.
at this point. It's very disturbing. You're a very disturbing individual. All right, I'm also, there's no chance in hell I'm putting RTU's Mushroom Tip on my leaderboard. So I'm just gonna say,
Oh my god.
Mushroom. Your name is
That's
now
your name.
Mushroom. and you've tipped $1. Let's hope someone can unseat Mushroom and we can get a different tipper up there, because that is pretty ridiculous. By the way, in the meantime, Vitas Avitas just dropped a 10-member bomb. Thank you, Vitas Avitas. That's why we have all these nice pop-ups. You are now the top membership gifter, and that is worth $30. So now we're up to $101 of support. And let's get you up on the leaderboard. He has unseated Perry the White. Thank you, Vitas. Poor Perry has been unseated. Sorry about that. All right, and everyone who just got a gifted membership, be sure to enjoy. Everyone who just got gifted subs over on Kick, enjoy all those emotes and everything. Good stuff there.
Good stuff.
All right, so now we are 2/3 of the way to our goal, and we're still on the podcast. That's a great sign. So thank you guys so very much for this early support this week. A great return back. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so very much. Okay. What's this? Another tip has rolled in. But it is under $1. And ladies and gentlemen, you must contribute $1 or more to get a shout out. So do back. Okay. Let's see here. Will I play Team Fight Tactics? I have no idea what that is. So no, never heard of it. And Mix asks, which age did you live in your own place? So at what point did I live in my own place outside of my parents' house? Let's see. The youngest I did that was in the mid-2000s. I moved into a shared apartment. It was a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 other employees when I worked at Wells Fargo Financial. I'm trying to remember exactly when that was. Let's see. I graduated from college in 2004. And immediately out of college, I got the Wells Fargo job. So it probably was around 2004, 2005. So I was probably around 22, 23. Yeah.
So you'd worked at Wells Fargo and decided to play video games instead.
But it wasn't the last time I lived with my parents. You know, after that, I lived there for about a year and a half. And then all my roommates didn't want to live with each other anymore. Not me. It wasn't my decision. It was theirs. So basically, then I moved back in with my parents for like another year. And then I started working at the helicopter support job for about 2-3 years. And then I was able to afford my own place. I bought my condo in Connecticut. So there you go.
There you go.
Whoever this person is in chat, I don't know what a TV Tropes page is. So that's good for you, but I don't really care. Keep spamming that you made a TV Tropes page. I don't care. I don't even know what that is. Okay. All right. What else is on everyone's mind? I'm sure there's some stuff to talk about. What's on everyone's mind? What do I need to be in the know about? What did I miss in the last day or two that I've been away? Right? What happened on Saturday? What went down?
It's all good. I'll draw my other Marshadow.
New buzz. Before we jump back into Stalker 2. Did I hear about a 10-hour detractor video? Are you kidding? There's been 10-hour detractor videos before. That's not the first. People are insane. And they actually think that, like, making a video like that I'm never going to watch or care about is like, worth anyone's time. They're just losers. You know, what else can I say? If you had that much time to make a 10-hour video about me, no, I don't care about it. I'm never going to watch it. Will I ever visit India? Unlikely. It might be a nice place to visit for tourism and stuff, but I doubt I'll ever fly over there. Sparks, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
That's not good.
You just did customer support at a helicopter job. Why couldn't you get a CSR job anywhere else when you went full in on YouTube? Because at the time, in 2010, the economy was very different. If you remember, the late 2000s into early 2010s, there was a big market crash. Most of these companies didn't have any money and weren't hiring. For example, the reason I got laid off from helicopter support was because there was a big financial crash and all the companies out there couldn't really afford to operate helicopters
Let's see what he
anymore.
puts
So
out
they
there
all
first.
scaled down their operations, and my company was aftermarket support for helicopters. They didn't have the business, so they ended up laying off a ton of people, including me. And it wasn't the only industry. A lot of industries out there were cutting back at that time. So
he just swaps out and kills me next turn.
In the industry, anywhere near where I lived, that was hiring. The only jobs that were out there at that point were like retail jobs. So imagine now me having to take on 2-3 retail jobs and juggle between them to make as much money as I was making at the helicopter company and be able to keep my condo and afford everything I was paying for. It would have been insane. It was actually a safer, gamble. I know there's really no such thing as a safe gamble, but it was a safer chance to try to do YouTube as a job than it was to try to just get, in real life stuff and make it work. So, there you go.
Oh, nice. He wins.
TV tropes is good. It's a wiki of common tropes in media.
Yeah, that's not a good deck
thing.
against
All I know is
Thunder.
every single time that I've had any page made about me, it's been negative. I'm not even kidding you. I haven't had a positive piece of content made about me like that in about 15 years. Really, when I started on YouTube, people wanted to reference me on the internet and have me in places positively. And ever since the last 10 years happened, it's just been like negative. So I find it hard to believe that there would be a positive page about me somewhere, but I've never heard of it.
I haven't played much of the Alakazam deck. We'll give that one a go.
Did I ever listen to music while playing in tournaments? No. I always just listen to game audio to help me out. Any interest in the new Nosferatu movie? I thought it was great. It spooked me up good, says Perry the White. I'll
Spooked me up good.
In it when it's on demand. I like horror movies and it sounds interesting. I probably would give it a shot. How much you want to bet it'll be on demand? Probably around like Halloween. They'll be on like all the services or whatever, right? Okay. I received a $1.25 tip from I took a shit today. Yeah, I don't care. People are trying to reference drama. We already referenced it the other day, and I told you my opinion. You can stop, bringing up the same thing a million times. I don't care. Thanks. You know me, I don't care about drama. I don't address it because there's a waste of my time. I'm not taking bait of people trying to get me to talk about the same topic 4,000 times, so I'm not even going to put you on the leaderboard. Nice try.
Damn. That sucks.
No, I don't follow sports, so I'm not excited about any games going into the Super Bowl.
Okay. Rather Mew.
Dynasty
Well,
Warriors
let's
Origins. Isn't there a new Dynasty
put Mew
Warriors game
back
coming out
and
this
get
year?
LEM,
And I said that I was
LGM.
interested to try it because I wanted to see how a Dynasty Warriors game would run on my PC. Because historically, whenever I've played them, they always have frame rate issues when more enemies are on the screen.
Another Draco Meteor
Dynasty
deck.
Warriors game that would not chug, but instead would be insane amounts of enemies on the screen.
These are so fucking annoying.
So I don't know I don't know about when it comes out, but maybe just on the sake of a graphical test, I might want to play it. There's a demo out right now. Okay, well, I'm juggling 5,000 things. I can't play a demo right now, right? Unless you guys want me to cancel another stream to do it. It comes out on Friday? Oh. Well, then I'm probably not playing it. I had no clue it was coming out.
I need
anytime
Kadabra
soon.
ASAP.
Thank you. Piss Style Man says my sweater looks awesome. I appreciate it. I really like this one.
Piss style, man.
You can try the demo.
Oh, of course,
I
he
know, but I
swaps
don't have
out.
time
He's
to play
so
the
good.
demo is the point I'm making. We're juggling Indiana Jones, Stalker 2,
Stalker
Dark
2.
Souls with mods, which you guys wanted, Call of Duty, some indie game action, fighting games, and Flight Sim.
Not what I
We're
needed.
juggling all of that.
At
And now
all.
you want me to take a stream away to play the demo of this? Are you serious? I don't know, man.
If he pulls out Draco Meteor, I'll just use Mew. Genome hacking.
Am I going to do a Super Bowl stream this year? All right, so let's start talking about this.
Now he's got 2 weakened Pokemon on the bench, so it's actually not helping him if I do get Draco.
I wore the beer helmet, and I drank beers out of the beer helmet, and I got drunk that day, and people really enjoyed it, correct? Last year, I said, let's do another Super Bowl stream. It did okay. We did a simulated match of the Super Bowl, did all right, but overall the vibe was a lot lower. I think people were like, he's doing it again.
That was a bad move.
This year, I don't think we should do it. I think instead we should follow along with our ideas here, that we base everything off of reward goals. So remember, when we hit 100, viewer's choice playthrough will happen. And probably what we'll do is to celebrate when we hit that 100, whatever game you guys choose to be the viewer's choice playthrough, we do a marathon day of that game. So whatever it is that's selected, we play it all day one day to start the playthrough, and then maybe we do 1 or 2 more streams to determine if it becomes a full-time playthrough or not. And then when we hit the next 50, we'll do another themed marathon, whatever you guys want, whether it's, you know, PC Rageathon or continuing with the Mega Man stuff or whatever it is. I don't think the Super Bowl thing would work this year. You know, like I said, 2 years ago, it was an original idea. People liked it. It was something fresh. Last year, we did it already. People weren't that interested. It's kind of like the same thing with the ad apocalypse that we did for 2 years. The first year, me reacting to retro ads was a fun, cool idea. The second year, not that many people cared or showed up. So, you know, you got to keep it fresh, right? Let's see here.
Gotta try it.
Mr. Puffy Nipples at $1.25 tip says, imagine if they made a new Resistance game. I would love it. Yeah, you know, it's funny, because if you think about all those PS3 era Sony exclusive
that was great. That was actually a good fucking counter.
And I'm not sure why.
That worked out.
Because at the time, they were very popular, right? You know, you had Resistance, which had 2 or 3 games. You had Infamous, which had 2 very successful games and spin-offs and 1 not so successful but still decent game. Killzone, that did really well. Remember Killzone? Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 really popular PS5 franchises that were like their big things. And now for some
thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing for all these fucking battles.
I don't know. Maybe that's why they don't have so many console exclusives anymore. They just gave up on a lot of the franchises that were popular back then for some reason. I don't know why. Mr. Singh, I do not listen to detractors. No worries.
I don't listen to detractors, except I do.
Tip. No, I don't address anything below $1. So if you send an 80-cent and 20-cent contribution, they're never going to get shouted out. You have to do $1 or more. That's always been the rule of thumb. And quite frankly, I thought very strongly about phasing out the dollar stuff because, you know, you get people who spam dollar tips that are just like insults and stuff, and then I ignore them anyway, so I don't know what the point is, right? Could we do a live Royal Rumble react for Smart Guys? No. You cannot do it without, you cannot show any footage or whatever. Plus, it would be way too bloated. Royal Rumble's going to be, what, like 3+ hours? No, that's ridiculous. We'll definitely do a Smart Guys episode recapping it, but we're not going to be doing a live react. That's too much time investment. Although, if Ashton were here right now, I'm sure what he would say is, well, if you pay for it, if you support the show enough to warrant us spending that much time on doing a live react, then pay a lot of money for it and we'll have it. We'll do it. That's, of course, that would always be his reaction. I'll give you what you want, but you got to pay for it, right? So don't just take my word for it. I would say you want a better answer, ask that question during Smart Guys, all right? And then we'll answer together. There you go. It definitely shouldn't be me just answering these questions. It is a 50-50 show between us, so. A lot of people are saying I should do between $3 to $5 minimum for shout-outs.
Celebi.
Anything at $1 level because it's usually detractors anyway. That's what a lot of people are saying right now in chat. What do you guys think? Should we do that? Should we make it that there's a limit that I only shout out
Perfect.
things that are
To
like
keep
$5 or
that.
more? Or, okay, we can't do that because 420 tips. Remember, 420 tips have a special animation. Maybe 420 or higher. Maybe that's what it should be. I will shout out anything for. I'll do a verbal name shout out, but not read a message for anything below 420. But if you want to get a message read and addressed and responded to,
Kadabra,
it's 420
Alakazam.
or higher.
Beautiful.
You could do that.
Sucks only having one Kadabra, but it's going to be good for this deck.
$3
I really wish I had
Vitas Avitas thinks $1 should be shouted out. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna always name shout out.
LEM, whatever is
stupid name, I would do a name shout out anyway. But
evolution
I
is.
definitely notice if you take a look, all these tips come. Oh, $1, and it's always like the most ridiculous thing that we're wasting time on. It's never anything worthwhile. No, I do not smoke weed.
Nah, I do not smoke weed.
What will the next event stream be? I just announced. I just said when we hit 100, when we hit goals of 100, it's going to be the premiere of viewers' choice. Probably what will happen is when we're reaching around 90 goals hit, we'll start with a nominations process of what game you guys would like to see as the viewers' choice and like a poll. And once we determine that, then when we hit 100, we'll do a marathon day where that whole day I just play the game. It's the beginning of that playthrough. So it'll be a good, 6+ hours of gameplay of that game to get the playthrough like jump started. And then that's it. And then the next themed marathon will be at the next 50 goals. Right? Just like how we just did the Mega Man Rageathon. Well, the next themed marathon will be after the next 50. See? There you go. My day's going good, no sleep, real vibes. Thank you for asking.
So that
I always
does
shout
50.
out super thanks, Muhammad, but it's always in the comments of the video. If someone leaves a super thanks on a YouTube video, I like the video, I fave the video, and I respond to it to personally say thank you.
I do want him to get something out before he dies,
Mrs.
right?
Potter says, ever consider a playthrough of Fatal Frame 1 and 2? I played Fatal Frame years ago. No one liked it. There was a brand new Fatal Frame game that had come out.
If BEM can survive one more attack.
This is almost a decade ago. So I played it. Everyone said Fatal Frame is boring. Personally, I was having a good time with it. There were jump scares and stuff, but everyone was bored. So I said, man, that sucks. And then since then, I never played a Fatal Frame ever again. Beaver Bother, your tips would be shouted out in name only. I would not be addressing your messages if it's $1 tip, if we make this change.
Nah, let's go. Beautiful. He's conceding.
I should get into cameos. Yeah, I know it would be lucrative. I'm sure people would pay me a lot of money to say dumb shit, but I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm just going to sit around and just say anything for money. It's pretty dumb. If I was going to do that, I would have done it years ago, and I would be rich right now for making drama content and all of that, which I don't want to do. Oh, we already played Banjo-Tooie, Ivana. I already played that years ago. It's great. I played Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. We loved them.
This fool doesn't understand what he's doing. I'm about to demolish his Celebi.
I realize you stopped doing DSP throwbacks. No, his playthroughs are still being restored. We just talked about this first thing on the show today. The playthroughs on DSP Throwback are still being restored right now. It is Mass Effect 1 and Resident Evil 5. Mass Effect 1 is about to end, so we're determining, should we maybe do Mass Effect 2 or Assassin's
You know what? He's gonna hit this, get his XP, and then concede right after.
During the fall when it got very busy, but I'm very strongly considering.
He seems like the petty little bitch type like that.
Right now, we're trying to get through the stuff we're doing. Once we wrap up a couple playthroughs or whatever, and the schedule opens up a little bit, I actually want to bring back the Retro React streams because I really enjoy doing them. And the next game would be Fallout 3 because people already previously voted and said Fallout 3 is what they wanted next. is my favorite chocolate brand? Oh man, I don't particularly know if I have one. So many different kinds of chocolate out there that are delicious. You know, when I was growing up, I was like Hershey's, because I always had Hershey Kisses and stuff. At the same time, I liked M&M Mars because I liked M&Ms and other things like that. And then as I got older, I started liking dark chocolate more. So now, you know, having dark chocolate and stuff is really good. Ghirardelli dark chocolate is amazing. But I've also
that's
had
a
like
wrap.
foreign chocolate. Like a few years ago, a fan of mine sent me this big box of chocolate from like Sweden and stuff, and that stuff was absolutely amazing. So I don't know. I don't know if I actually even have. The thing is, I don't really eat candy that often. I love it. Like, I'm a chocoholic. If I start eating chocolate, I can't stop. I love it. But I don't have it. I literally have no chocolate whatsoever in my home right now. None. I couldn't even tell you the last time I had it. Probably like October, maybe November.
This is like the perfect Celebi counter.
And once it was done, that was it. I don't buy anymore. That's how I stopped temptation. I just don't have it. Never had Crossco cream puffs. No, I have not.
Crossco.
Right,
Everyone ever played with the blue profile pic has been annoying.
I think it was a good one. If you would
Not
like
feeling
to
good about this
right
one.
now and hit that goal, let's do it. Why don't we crush the goal right now?
And I'm going first. This is bad news.
Don't have to think about it when I'm playing Stalker 2. Who's going to do it? Who's going to come in and be like, you know what? I'm just going to toss that last handful into the coffer, fill it with coin, maybe even overflow it, hit that goal, continue on, and then we don't have to talk about it for the rest of the stream. That sounds good to me. Maybe a nice 50 tip, 10 subs. Yeah.
Nice.
Beaver Bother, yes, if you tip $1.26, you'll be on the leaderboard. That's correct. That's how it works. The top tipper always gets on the leaderboard. Actually, nope, never mind, because someone just tipped $4.20.
Okay.
He said, hope you're doing good. Are you ever going to stream DSP Throwback at nights again? I literally just addressed that. Literally moments ago. I
literally just
want to
addressed
bring it
that.
back. I really like the Retro React streams on the Throwback channel. It will be Fallout 3 when we resume.
Imagine someone
already voted for it,
reacting so negatively and, like, after you just gave them money. I just addressed that.
So you'd have to be $4.21 if you want to be on the leaderboard, Beaver Bother.
What if I played this guy before?
We're now up to 108. Very nice. Thank you, guys. Lady Christmas says this might be more for smart guys. How you feel about the more sports-like production from Raw when you watched it this past week? I don't think you covered it much on the show. Oh no, we did actually. I was blown away by the production value. But the thing that got me about it is that that's a great way to start off the new Raw on Netflix. But if they don't keep that level, right? If they drop immediately week 2 with production level quality and it goes back to being like old school Monday Night Raws, people are gonna be like, what is this? Like, I don't get it. Last week I watched this show and it was like amazing and it blew me away. And now I come back the next day or the next week to watch it. Already the show feels like a whole different vibe and everything. So I'm curious what they're gonna do. You know, I'm very curious about this week's show. We'll have to see together on Monday night. No, I'm not really interested in Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. It's like the 10th version of Virtua Fighter 5 at this point. I played one a couple years ago and I thought it was good, but don't really care. Turkey Tom released a Low Tier God documentary. You were mentioned briefly. Are you interested in reacting to it? No. No. I don't care. Okay. I will reserve my decision on if I'm interested in Kingdom Come.
Bye,
2 for when it
bitch.
comes out. I was not impressed with the first one. So.
Got bamboozled by Mew.
Rare Trick
That's
says,
it.
as soon as you and PPP stop watching Raw, I'm going to cancel my Netflix. Well, I mean, that's the premise of the show. We kind of have to watch Raw, right? So I don't know. We'll see.
Gotta watch Raw.
No, I have not seen Squid Game 2.
No Squid Game 2. Thanks for the update.
All right. Any last minute stuff, guys? Before we prepare for Stalker 2.
And
By the
another
way,
Dragonite
how
deck.
did the microphone sound today? I'm still making tweaks. I lowered the gain a little bit more because when I was listening to the gameplay I did on Friday, and it sounded like it just was a little bit too loud and a little bit blown out. So I lowered the gain a little bit more. I'm trying to find the perfect level here. I feel like we still haven't found it.
Not what I
with this
wanted
new
at all.
mic. We're gonna get there, but I feel like
Cool.
we're just not there yet. Like the mic is very close right now to me. Like people said bring it closer, so I did. But I feel like when I did bring it closer, now it blows out more a little. So I'm trying to find the perfect level here. I got another anonymous sub over on Kick. Thank you so much. Whoever is doing all these anonymous subs, I have no idea if it's all the same person or completely different people. There's no way to know. But thank you very much for another anonymous Kick sub. That's going to be another $5 of support today. Thank you guys so very much for that. We're now up to 113 and climbing. We're almost to the goal. Almost there and haven't even started the game. That's amazing. I need to position it above my mouth line. It actually is. My mouth is here, and the microphone is here. The camera doesn't make it look like that because the camera is actually a little higher. So the camera's looking down at an angle, which makes the mic appear to be lower than it really is. The mic is above my mouth line. Here's my mouth line. Here's the mic.
Mouth line
So it's
update.
about that much difference. I believe I did verify that anonymous subs show up for revenue on Kick. It's weird because they don't show up in your queue. Like, your queue of revenue on Kick will show everyone who gifted a sub, but then it doesn't show the anonymous ones, but then it seems to add them. Because there was that stream the other day, there were 2 anonymous gifted subs, and after the stream I checked, and it increased by $10. And I was like, oh, so they must count. I don't know why they don't show them, though. That is weird. Where did I get this sweater? Kohl's. Went to Kohl's about a month and a half ago, and I bought a few new things, and this was one of them. I really like the sweater. It's comfy, too. Comfy and nice looking. Well, I play Avowed once again. It's on Game Pass. It's a no-brainer to try it. If we like it, keep playing it. If not, drop it, you know. But yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Will Marvel Rivals ever come back? Maybe, but again, people have to show up and engage.
I didn't even realize that he wasn't Dragonite yet.
Rivals for 12 hours in the last 2 streams.
Or he wasn't even Dragonair.
Both had
Yeah, that's a concede, easy win.
meaning very few people in chat were even paying attention or talking about the game, and we didn't hit the goals. They were way off. They were some of the slowest streams I did, so why am I going to keep playing it? Right? Got to do what people want, got what people are willing to engage and support with.
Like, being able to use his Draco Meteor against it,
What
like,
happened to
it's
the old
such a good deck.
Closet. Old mic is in the closet. Yeah, in storage. I have another one too. I have the other mic. You know this one, right? I've shown this one, the one that has the RGBs. This has RGBs too, as you can see. But this other one.
This guy's Mr. Battle over here. Water deck.
I bought this one simply for voice communication on console. So if I'm going to do voice chat over a console, I have this microphone, and that's how I was actually voice communicating with Brian many months ago when we were doing Street Fighter 6. It's very cheap. It's like the most discounted mic on Amazon, but it's like the best seller on there too. It sounds okay. It doesn't sound anywhere near as good as this one. It just sounds okay. It's not bad. So basically I have this as a backup USB mic, and I will always still have the other mic if I ever want to go back to using the preamp. But that's a much more elaborate setup where you need to have separate power source and everything. It's kind of frustrating, you know. But this is nice. It's light and has some features, like has the touch to mute, just like this has touch to mute. This had touch to mute. Has an on microphone, like volume adjuster and stuff. Little mini pop guard. You know, that's why everyone likes it. It's like an all-in-one package, and it's cheap. It's just not that great of quality, but it's nice to have a backup. And you know, I might have to need a double mic situation at some point. I'm not sure. Like right now, I found a way to get this mic to work both with Discord and OBS at the same time, so I don't need this for that. But if ever I needed to voice communicate, say through a game like on my PC or on a console, that's what I would probably use this guy for, because it's just plug and play. Just plug it in USB and it works within moments, so that's good.
Okay, now what?
Mr. Singh did a $2 super chat and says, I support what I can, bro. Well, thank you, Mr. Singh, for that. I appreciate that. That gets us up to 115. And I received a second 420 tip. Do you have any tips on uploading gameplay to YouTube? I noticed the uploading takes forever along with processing of videos. Do you recommend hashtags? What you're talking about is encoding. Like, for example, you know, what encoder you're using to make your video, which then, you know, determines things like bitrate, and the like. Basically, YouTube likes certain encoding types better than others. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but the technical side of stuff. For example, if you're using the different codecs, are you aware of the different codecs? You're probably not. So there's an AV1 codec, that's the latest standard, and YouTube absolutely hates it. If you upload any video in the latest standard of AV1, it takes forever to process and usually sticks and sometimes never fully processes. So I got this new spiffy capture and streaming PC. I got everything with the best standard, the newest stuff. I go to do it on YouTube, within a week it doesn't work. So now I'm using a slightly older codec. It's kind of the one from a few years ago. I think it's called like H.265, I think is the name of the codec. That one, YouTube processes it right away and has zero issues with it. So that's the better one. It's just not as good, like it's not as streamlined and the files are a little larger, but that's what I use when I record for YouTube. I used to use H.264, which was the old standard over a decade ago, and that one also works fine with YouTube. So if you use either of those standards, it works pretty much without issue. But most people probably have no idea what I'm talking about, and I don't blame you. Oh, and what was the other thing? Hashtags don't really do anything on YouTube, to be frank. They used to do things called tags, and then they turned them into hashtags, and they don't do anything. YouTube basically now has an AI system that reads your titles and scans your video. And that's what determines how your video will show up in YouTube search. So if you title your video correctly for how you want it to be found, or the AI will just catch it, either one, YouTube will have your video sorted by that. Tags literally do nothing anymore, even though they used to be super important. Like you put a whole bunch of tags on your video.
No, I'm not drawing anything I need here.
Used anymore, so it's a waste of time. What's my favorite SmackDown versus Raw game from back in the day? Probably, well, the original was SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. That was the one that started it all, I think. As for the SmackDown versus Raw games, I don't remember or differentiate between them. What's the worst soft lock I ever had in a game? I don't remember. Do I archive old footage? Do you have an NAS? NAS. What does that stand for? I archive old footage, like ancient footage, on external hard drives. That's what I pull upon in order to make the videos.
If I could draw any kind of evolution
all the ancient videos
for my standard Pokemon, that'd be great.
That I plug in and I load them.
I'm just gonna throw on Gyarados now.
Edited and uploaded with the newer format to DSP Throwback. Today, I archive my videos for a while, but then after a while, I delete them.
Throw your Gyarados out there. I don't give a shit.
So I don't necessarily keep everything new from today backed up forever.
Washout's like.
Hypnotic Jinx is a $21 super
okay,
chat.
so I'm not gonna be able to use my Genome.
Reaffirming their position as the top super chatter
Well,
of the day.
there you go.
We should definitely do a DSP drink sit for the next
annoying fucking deck.
Remember, this week we'll do food. We'll probably do this Jersey Mike sub. I'm interested in that. But if people wanted to see that, okay. By the way, we're up to 140.
I just didn't get any of my cards. I couldn't evolve anybody and put pressure on him.
If people wanted to see that, I'm down.
He was having his way with me at Starmie.
Determine what will it be? Yeah, right? Like, would it be a beer type? Do you guys know of an ale or a beer you want me to try to get and taste over the course of like a stream? Or is there some hard liquor that you want me to try? If that's
and we're back on the alcohol choice.
Like a night stream, right? I'm not gonna do that in the morning. But I'd be down for that. Something different, because we never do that, but we gotta figure it out then.
Going first, awesome.
Thank you, Jinx. I know my hair, if you haven't noticed, my hair puffs up over the course of the podcast. It seriously does. My hair's like, okay, then all of a sudden it goes, in like areas like this area right here is like extra puffy at all times for some bizarre reason. It just keeps puffing up right there. It's very weird. Another anonymous gifted sub has been given out. Thank you, anonymous gifter.
Let's go.
So now we are up to 145. We are literally $5 away from hitting the goal and adding one to our goals hit counter there. Beaver Bother is claiming it was him that gifted. If it was you, I'm sure you would have used your real name and got credit for it rather than doing that. So you are a liar. You are a full liar. Do I still post up on Instagram? No, my Instagram is defunct. I don't use it. There's no, I have nothing to put up on there.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Folks, I do believe it is time to end the show. It's a shame we couldn't hit the goal by the end of the podcast. I know you guys made a valiant effort and a push there at the end, but it looks like it is time to end the show. Now, today we're doing Stalker 2 and Microsoft Flight Sim. Tomorrow, on the podcast, we will see what's going on.
Podcast.
And depending on what happens, maybe we'll do a more chill show. Today we had a variety of topics to cover. You never know what's going to happen on the show, right? But I would like to say thank you very much for a great return show. And I'm happy to head into the new week, 6 straight days of fun here on DSP Gaming and DSP Gaming Real. Now it is time to game. Get more serious. We got to figure out what's going on in the zone, right? All right, everybody. Thank you all so very much. I will see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Level 1 podcast. All right. Perry says he's got to take off. All right, Perry. He's going to see you for Smart Guys on Tuesday. Sounds good. Thank you for the support, Perry. Appreciate that. All right, guess what? Hold on. Vetus Ovitus, a 2,000 yen super chat, says, farewell. I hope the game goes okay. You taking off, Vetus? All right, let's take a look at what that equivalent is. Because, again, I need to do a conversion. That's yen to USD, correct? So 2,000 yen is the equivalent of $12.67. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that means we have hit the goal for the stream. Indeed. And that means we have hit goals of 63 and climbing. Remember, when we get to 70, we unlock the DSP Triza of the Jersey Mike's spicy chicken sub that they just added. So I'm very excited for that. And thank you all. So now, of course, you know what we got to do. We've got to celebrate. Thank you all for allowing me to hit my goal before we even started with the gameplay portion of today's stream. I very much appreciate that. Now, of course, this also means we are in prime position to double the goal, hit $300 by the end of this stream since I have 3 hours of gameplay coming, and then adding another one to the count, which then means that we'd be closer to the DSP Tries It reward, all right? So thank you guys so very much for this early support, for filling the King's coffers and paying the King's taxes. I very much appreciate that. Now, hold on. But now, guys, I think it is time.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
I think it's time to actually set up and play some Stalker. What do you think? I think so. But before we do, I'm going to take a brief break to use the restroom. So if you don't mind, allow me to go use that restroom, and then we'll start. Okay? So enjoy some quick clips, and after a couple of minutes, we'll start with Stalker. Thank you guys. I'll be right back. Oh shit!
Just keep driving where you're going. Just keep driving where you're going.
Okay.
Hey, come on, man.
That was a total misplay. I should have evolved, obviously, before I changed into active.
I can actually hear the game. And this would be Game Pass. Game Pass stuff. Oh god, Call of Duty Squid Game 2. Stupid. The world's stupidest tie-in. We actually did try that. We tried the Squid Game gameplay of Call of Duty the other day. It was awful. The stupid red light, green light. It was terrible. It was nothing like playing Call of Duty. At all. All right. Finally, some more Stalker 2. We only got to play this once last week. Again, it seems like every week there's something that hinders me from playing these games more than like once or twice, you know? I'm never making any progress because, like last week, we had the year-end series. That took away 2 streams, so, you know. So now I'm lagging behind there. It is what it is, I guess. Okay. To be honest, I don't even remember where we are. I know that we had done the test of the wishing machine or whatever it's called, and it went wrong, basically. And now all the factions are at each other's throats. We had teamed up with Scar against the people from, you know, the scientists and the military group. We went up against them. So now everyone's at each other's throats, and we had to go to a new part of the map, and that's when we ran out of time. So I don't even know really where we are right now. Let's see. Find the source of the signal inside the shelter. Oh, yeah. We're back at the shelter, remember? And everything was going wrong, and we had to turn on the power and everything again. Oh, yeah. Now I'm starting to remember what we're actually doing here. Turn this a little bit. I think that's a little better. Cool. All right, ready? Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stalker 2. It's been a little bit, once again, been pretty busy with various different things, year-end series and the like, that's hindered me from playing this as much as I would like. But we're back today with a full stream of Stalker 2. Last time around, if you remember, we had gone back to this old shelter that used to be a camp, but it had been evacuated, right? So we basically have gone and turned all the power on and everything at the shelter, and now they're saying find the source of the signal inside the shelter, so that's what we got to do next. But I believe that we have to backtrack and leave. Remember, we had tossed all these items. There was a safe area. I think we could sleep. Did we sleep? We might have already slept. I don't remember. But if I remember correctly, didn't we say we were going to store items before we continued? I think that's what we were going to do. Make sure our inventory is stored properly and everything, so we have the proper weight. So let's take a look here. So first off, dang, my gun's damaged, huh? That sucks. Both of my guns are damaged. There's not much I can do about that. Did we already store all the ammo? Let's double check this. Yeah, see, I don't need this. This is ammo I'm not using in any of my current weapons, so we should store that. That's for the handgun. That's for the shotgun. Sniper. What's this? Sniper. Anything? No, this is not used for anything I'm using. Put that down. Okay, that's for that. That's for the shotgun and handgun. So, okay, so now we should sort. What is it? S? Here we go. We probably want to adjust our items. Like, we have 10 sausages. Do we have any other food? Oh, we have 2 cans of condensed milk, and we have 10 sausages. See that? So we should map. Can we just do this? That would be too easy, huh? We have to go into my inventory screen to do that, don't we? Because I don't really want the condensed milk. I'd rather have the sausages than the condensed milk. Okay. That's our energy drinks, of which we have 10. That's good. Bandages 13. Healing, we got 8 and then 6, so we're good there. I don't know what this is. Inca? Bleeding regeneration increase 10. The bandage. Reduce bleeding maximum. Bleeding regeneration increase. Enhanced blood coagulation accelerates wound healing and reduces the likelihood of severe bleeding. Oh, so for example, if you knew you were going to run through the hovering area of glass, you would use one of these. I didn't even know I had them. What is this? These are all drugs. Look. Maximum weight plus 20. I didn't know we had this. Hercules. I had no idea this existed. Side protection plus 10. We might need to use that at some point. All right. I guess we're good. That's probably the most we're going to reduce our inventory. It's just funny I have so much money, but we haven't been able to use, like, anything. Like, we can't find any vendors to spend anything on, which sucks. Oh, thank you very much. Hellrider did a $5 super chat. He says, after Auntie brushed the soot from her eyes, she discovered something wonderful. The fire had turned the goat into something that smelled delicious. So Auntie apparently is a good goat cook. There you go. Thank you. I have no idea what that means, by the way. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We're now up to 172, meaning we are a good chunk towards our second goal being hit for the stream, which would be great if we could do that by the end of the stream and get another one towards our DSP.
Welcome back, NK. Didn't even see you there.
Get a floating hand emo. It's funny. So let's see. The hand is not floating here. The hand is not floating here. Actually, it is picking up. Oh, wait a minute. Sometimes it's picking up my arm. Sometimes it's not. Look at
Finally,
that. Sometimes it does,
we
sometimes
got
it doesn't.
Alakazam
It
this
depends on the color
time.
of the outfit I'm wearing too. The floating hand. Someone wants a floating hand emo. If someone makes a floating hand emo, I would add it. Why not? Here, let's.
Time to come back after a rough fucking go of it for a while.
Up. Oh wait, we're already here. We already did this. Okay, we don't want to do this.
It wasn't looking good for a while, but I think we got this one.
Now this is all dead ends. This isn't it. I wonder where they want me to go. Do I have to leave? I might just have to leave.
He's got another Sabrina. Oh,
Here, let's
okay.
go upstairs. Can we leave here? Locked. How do we leave? I want to leave and go outside and see where the signal is. 'Cause it might be like
No Sabrina.
nearby, but not actually here. Abandoned base. What the hell is that?
I lose.
Enemies? I don't know what's going on.
If I had Sabrina, I'd win, but whatever. Close one.
What it say? 232 meters? I don't know if we're supposed to go this way or not. I can't tell. It looks like it's further away. We're probably gonna go around the building here.
Well, got all the LGMs I could ever hope for.
Oh god, radiation. So, Nosy Real Vibe says if Adamfall doesn't have a dogmeat-like companion, then it's gonna be a tough game. There you go.
There you go.
Adamfall is the upcoming game coming out in March from Rebellion, and we just watched the gameplay reveal trailer today, and it looks like Fallout. Like it looks
The SP's
so similar to
streaming
Fallout.
stuff was so weird. His hand is like floating.
Okay. See, now my arm's back. Sometimes my arm is here, sometimes my arm is gone. The AI effect sometimes deletes my hand, sometimes my hand is there. Kind of weird. Alright, we're definitely headed the right way now.
Alakazam.
Wish I could get
Not
my
really what I
stamina
wanted,
back
but
better. I don't know. I'm not over encumbered, so I don't know why my stamina is so slow right now. Oh. Okay. Signal's coming up. Save again.
Listen up, guys. There's something going on over at the Sphere. Gunfire and shit. Don't want to freak anyone out, but they mentioned monoliths. Here's the plan. Those with enough zone experience, meet me at the bar. We'll figure out how to defend Silesia if they decide to pay us a visit. No greenhorns for now. Stay put and don't try to be a hero. If you're scared, Warlock's got something to calm your nerves.
I feel like
oh, it's a good play. Keeps Charmander alive.
But we didn't have a mission for it yet, so now we're heading towards
I've
it.
got like no
It's
choice but
definitely
to
where they
play
want us
this.
to
It's
go
probably
now
gonna
for the mission.
be something I don't want to draw. Yep, that's not what I wanted.
I feel like I should equip the shotgun.
Okay,
I think
well,
the shotgun would be better for close quarters like this.
I don't want to lose BEM just yet.
I'm gonna go this way. Anything this way? Aim from. Wait, now I'm really confused. They want me to go this way. So what's this way? Nothing. Nope. It's just collapsed over here. Okay. Go this way. If I could choose, would I want to keep playing the newest game or play my favorite retro games with changes every time you play them? Oh man. Here's the thing.
He's
I
giving
like
up his
playing new
Charmander.
games. I'm not saying that necessarily playing a new game is always the right choice. A lot of the times I like going back to play older games or retro games, especially ones
What's
that
good,
are like
Kevin?
youth that I have a special connection to. But it doesn't always
Oh,
work.
you're spelling a bad word.
That's
That's funny.
like the older games or whatever. So for me, I'm a variety guy. Like sometimes I like playing all the new stuff. Sometimes I like the retro. That's why I like doing variety streams, where it's not just me playing the same thing all the time.
Gonna power up because he still can't hit me with Charmeleon just yet.
I think there's an artifact in here. I don't even remember how to take out my meter. I totally don't remember how to do it. It's Q. Q is the button. That was incorrect. It was not Q. I accidentally healed myself. According to this, now it's Q. Well, it's only, that is so dumb. It's only Q. Yeah,
Pretty
look,
much need my.
I was right.
Yep, perfect. Thank you.
I knew it. It's out here somewhere. a feeling there would be one in here.
That's kind of a smart play.
But now, what is that one?
Kind of a smart play. I'm still gonna beat him. Especially since you had to sacrifice a fire.
Radio protection weak. Common artifact found in acid anomaly.
Okay.
Composed of an anomalous hard material unknown to science. So it doesn't hurt you. This one does not hurt you. At all. It just gives you radio protection. Okay. So I finally found a positive artifact I can equip, and it's not going to hurt me. Wow, it took forever for me to find one, but I found one. All right, well, that's good. That's a positive.
No, that's not good.
Malachite equipment detected a sea-field disturbance of immense power. Our field teams have already faced highly aggressive behavior from Noontiders. If they've returned to their previous monolithian state, we need to brace ourselves for the worst. The absolute worst.
Okay, so save. Good find, right? What's for dinner tonight? Oh, I believe my wife is making tuna casserole for the first time in many months.
Tuna casserole for the first time in many months. Doing it again. This guy's really trying not to lose.
Ugh. Well, this looks gross. Bunch of sludge. Alright, well, we're going. What is this? What are we looking at? What the shit? Save again. What the hell is this? What the... What is going on in here? One of the signal things? Yeah, look, an emitter. Who set this up down here?
Skiff, come in. What's up with Lodashika?
He's alive. And he helped me find the thing that scrambled Noontider's brains.
Good to hear. I've got some news too. I'll shoot you Scar's current coordinates. He knew you wouldn't leave the shelter empty-handed. Whatever you found, he wants you to bring it to him. He says it'll come in handy for his future plans. Keep an eye on him, Skiff. I don't like those inside service.
Take the emitter to Scar. Okay. So I wonder if we had sided with the other side, would we even be doing this mission, or has the game significantly changed now as a result of your choices? Would the other side had sent us out, what are they called, the ward? Would they have just sent us out here to do exactly the same thing? And would we be doing this for them? Or is this only because we're helping Scar? I wonder. You know, it might have changed the whole game around. Yeah, I will agree, new games have been disappointing. I mean, obviously that's why 2024 was the slow year for gaming that it was. I hope this year's better. But even now, like, there's like not a big lineup of new games coming out that seem very good. So I guess we're gonna have to see what happens. I mean, here we are in January.
Maybe one or two more,
Indiana Jones and Stalker 2, a modded run of Dark Souls, and a bunch of multiplayer stuff and some indie stuff. I'm literally not playing one brand new game because there's been nothing, right? There's been nothing of significance to play. Oh, we're back. It's just looping us back now. Oh, okay. Yep. We've looped back. I guess we had different 2024s. Well, I would say the only gamers who were really satisfied in 2024 were people who were just like RPG junkies. Like all you do is play big RPGs, which is fine, but that's not everyone. For everyone, a lot of people, there's just too many RPGs and it was too much of an overload. For me, particularly, that's exactly what happened. Too much of the same style of game. I just went back to the dead end. Okay, we gotta find the way out. It's this way. I think it's all the way down and then up the
It's
stairs.
a beautiful draw.
Damn, 2,000. So we gotta walk all the way across the map again.
I gotta save my slabs until after I get professors.
The
Some guys
professor.
tried to take what I found at Faust's place.
Show me what you got. Maybe we can figure out what caused Noontide to become monolith again. I'm here in my bunker.
All right, we're gonna talk to the professor. We're not going back to Scar yet. Good, because I don't want to walk 2,000 freaking feet. Ridiculous. Or, excuse me, is it meters in this? It's meters, right? Meters. We're European. Did someone just gift something? Hold on. Did I just miss a gift? Shit.
You missed a gift.
I think there was a gift on Kick, but I missed it, and now I gotta figure out how to find it. Yes, it was. Okay, it was not a gift. It was Senile11. Subscribe to the channel or re-up their subscription. So thank you to Senile for that. That counts. Thank you very much. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you, Senile11. Appreciate that. Okay,
If only I had Geo there.
177 climbing, guys. Very nice. Cool. All right, let's go for a walk. If you're wondering why I have a green outline on my body today, it's because my whole office is green RGBs today. I haven't done this in ages. I was like, I'll just do all green today. See if it looks like a nice forest or something. But incidentally, I guess it kind of matches with like glowing radiation, although I think more people think glowing radiation like yellow today, right? So maybe if I'd done glowing yellow, it would have been better. I don't know. What's going on, Game Boy? How are you?
Game Boy.
Oh, what the fuck? Well, it scared me. Lightning bolt. That was pretty random. Let's see what the professor has to say. We haven't seen him in a bit.
Probably gonna have to concede, bro.
Come in.
If you're smart, you just concede now.
Alphabet. Saba. Machine. Are you there? They weren't on
That was
the
a
island
waste.
when the
Oh, you're gonna
signal
swap. Okay.
Maybe they weren't affected.
Feel free.
Let's see what you've got.
Is the volume level good, guys? I'm just curious. Here, show him the emitter.
You were right. It's some kind of device.
Looks good. Volume level looks good.
Do you know what it is?
An emitter. It was used to control the monolithians. When linked to the X network, it transmits commands on a psi frequency that no monolithian can resist. I've never seen one of these intact before, but I've come across some of the components. I even repurposed them for extracting energy from the waste here.
How many of them are there?
Do you know how many of those emitters are out there? Did Faust mention anything?
Good thinking. After Azimuth, Strider asked me to listen to the old monolithian network chatter again. I did come across a peculiar message. Faust told his men to reach out to their brother Sukin about the Sphere mission. I assume he was referring to another emitter. But how did he get so many? Then again, if I found the components, nothing stopped him from doing the same. Does that mean I had a hand in this? That Monolith's return is my doing? And Faust?
Yes. What will you do now, Professor?
What are you gonna do now, Professor? Wild Island isn't safe anymore.
Where would I go? This place is my home.
You're just gonna stay in the bunker?
Noontide's home. Only the dead have no hope. That's what Horus used to say. He was right. He was right all along.
Okay. That was optional, apparently. Are we now having to go talk to Scar 5 zillion kilometers away? Get to the sphere. No, get to the sphere is the next mission.
This is Wild Island. Lodo.
Is there a place you could sleep in here?
I'll be on this frequency every hour. If anyone can hear me.
I thought there was. You
Wow.
can sleep here and recover for free, but I'm not seeing it. But I thought there was originally. Look at this quite a while ago.
This
Alright,
guy
it's
is
not. Oh, well,
fighting
freebies.
to his last breath here. Yeah. Yep. What should I do? I can knock out on you two right now.
Let's see where the sphere is. Probably a new area, I
Yeah.
assume. Zoom out here. There it is. Get to the sphere. So we have to go back south across that bridge that we originally used to get here, and then we have to go over there to the starter location. Huh. One of the starter locations. This was really the starter location, but this is one of the places we had gone to at one point. All right, well, back across the water. This train bridge, which is oh so much fun to platform across, let me tell you. We had such a great time the first time. Hopscotching across.
Alright, it's been 2 hours. Probably gonna call it here.
Because you gotta do some running jumps here.
My it's mostly a VTuber model test. Seems to be working okay. So $10 well spent.
Travel unlocked, but I never got around to doing it, nor I never really understood how
Yeah,
to do it.
I'll see you guys later. Or maybe I'll stream later
instead,
tonight. Maybe this week.
A
But
lot of walking. This
yeah,
playthrough.
VTuber seems to work. When it blinks, whenever I blink, it moves its
I feel
ears.
like
Let's do it a million times.
There
Bow, bow, bow,
definitely
bow, bow.
the game has a better way to be played.
Mouth
The game
open.
just doesn't explain itself well.
It's stupid.
So because of that, this playthrough has been a lot more arduous or tedious than it needed to be.
That's enough flying around. Catch you guys next time. Thanks, DSP, as usual, for the background noise.